Hello, everyone, and welcome to Week 3 of the Final Fantasy I Randomizer Spring Tournament. I'm Leggy Starscream, and joined with me today in the booth are Caleb and Gouda. Hey, friends.
Pleasure to be here.
How are you doing today, Leggy?
I'm really excited for this week. We've had a incredible week, 2 weeks in a row now, and I just can't wait to see what these pairings look like. This week's actually one of the more interesting ones for me, because after we do our coin toss of what element we're doing, we know what next week's element is automatically, so...
Oh yeah, this is figuring out the next, this is figuring out the rest of Swiss except that random week in week 5, so this is pretty exciting. Yeah,
but before we spin the wheel of fate, are there any announcements we want to share with the class?
Yes, I want to encourage everyone to try and schedule their races, obviously whenever it's convenient for you, but we are able to support broadcasts on any night of the week, any time. You know, in the past we've had midnight specials, we've had afternoon, early morning races. We have been lucky the past few weeks where we've had nearly a dozen races on Fridays and Saturdays and been able to get them all crewed, but to sort of lessen the burden or kind of spread it out a little more evenly across our volunteers, it'd be great if we can try to get some other nights or time frames going. We also want to make sure that it also minimizes the need for a potential 4-way match, because we want to make sure that each 1v1 gets as much attention as it deserves. So if you can do that, that'd be great. If not, I mean, we'll keep doing what we've been doing and trying to make it work. Danny383 reached out to me and asked me to remind you all that when you're signing up for matches, you only need to use the sheet if you do not want to be on speed gaming. If you want to be on speed gaming, you got to sign up through the speed gaming link, and the same goes with signing up for crews as well. So, but if it's a Randomania RPG limit break match, all you got to do is go through the big Google script sheet, and you'll be good to go. So, speed gaming, you got to do the both sites though. So, yeah.
Awesome.
Thanks, Caleb. I'm super excited to find out what we're gonna be racing this week. I don't know about everybody else. Let's get some hype in chat.
Me too. I mean, I did a practice fire and sky today, and let's just say neither one were friendly. So, Swiss 2020 is real.
So, can I get a spin that wheel from you both?
Spin that wheel.
Spin the wheel.
Spin that wheel. Whoa. Oh, not water.
Why is water and fire? Why is water and earth on the wheel?
Oh,
because I didn't.
Oh, not earth.
Because I didn't want to make.
We're going back in time.
I'm just gonna keep rolling it
until
we
get
get
going.
On wheel. Another Earth.
We don't want to go back
Earth.
We're not going back to Earth.
Oh my god.
Another water. Earth. Water.
Leggy, I think your wheel's broken.
Fire!
Oh, it is the volcano. We got us a fire week.
All right.
Whoop.
That's exciting. So early canoes, lots of routing, inner sea, trying to find that floater and get out of there. Fire probably has the most straightforward routing. This is going to be interesting, unless we see loose canoe and sea or something like that.
As the kids say, it's lit, fam.
It is. This week is on fire.
And we got water, earth, fire, and then finally wind. So we can now be practicing, and we know as soon as our matches are done, start throwing up those sky seeds. Sky.
Oh, yeah.
So, with that, I'm going to press the button for our matches.
Oh, no.
Here it comes.
No. There's so many exciting matchups to look forward to.
Yeah. And
or potential matchups, I guess.
To get us started, we have Silverfire versus Grendelicious.
Ooh.
Ooh, Grindy.
Grindy, one of the ducks coming in, been running the two-man party. Fighter, Black Mage, Silverfire been playing real strong too. That's a pretty good matchup. Grindy just coming off a tough loss to Shadow Walker, and Silverfire coming off a tough loss to Thunder. Both of these runners are going to be looking for redemption.
Coming up next, we have Thunderclawed versus Tarnin.
Has been just tearing up the competition for basically since he started playing in OSV, and Tarnin just came back with a vengeance and absolutely just surprising to me. Destroyed Burt Reynolds. Like I thought Burt was a top 5 runner for this, and Tarnin just came in and completely.
Don't sleep on my hedge pig. Tarnin coming in strong. I like Tarnin in that matchup. Thunder been doing comms with me, but Tarnin, yeah, that's gonna be good. Don't draft with him, Thunder.
Yeah,
do not draft with Tarnin.
This is gonna come down to whether or not there's a draft, because Tarnin can run trash parties better than probably anybody in this tournament.
I mean, not to take anything away from Thunder, but wow, Kyukitsuki and Quranic.
Q been around for a long time.
The old school versus the new school. I love it. Quranic played really well week 1 against Sani. I missed Quranic's race week 2. Kyukitsuki came up against Cal Subalu last week, and yeah, that's gonna be a good matchup there. Both runners looking for their first win.
Coming up next, we have Kenny Star versus Ale Markin.
Ooh. Oh, this is the redemption special for Ale Markin, because Ale, our first ever Iron Gold Heavy Metal champion, is 0-2, and that comes as a surprise of a lot of people. I feel really bad for Kenny Star, who's been really strong in this tournament, but Ale Markin's coming out with a vengeance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like Ale's chances there, but Kenny Star's been playing good too, so that's going to be... We'll see if Ale can stop the spin cycle here and course correct.
All right. Will Bloodworth versus Magius.
Oh, okay.
I like this matchup. Magius just came off of a really, really, really difficult seed that he happened to navigate a little bit better than his opponent, and Will Bloodworth, well, he's kind of the master of trash seeds, so this is going to be good.
Yeah, I think a trash seed there favors Will, but Magius, coming off his first win, might be trying to put together a little winning streak. Will Bloodworth, I'm sure, is going to be preparing, doing some practice races.
Yeah, so the next person we have paired up is Cheesinator, who I definitely would be a little scared of. Cheesinator was one of my teammates for the On-Rack Summer Vacation, so bring it!
Oh, no way! That is fantastic!
Uh-oh. I like Cheese's chances, Leggy. Not trying to throw shade, but...
Look, I'm not going to throw in the towel. I'm going to make Cheese work for it, but I'm definitely a little spooked.
Vets getting paired up with newer players, and Cheesinator was part of the Duck program with myself and Caleb, and I can probably say that Leggy taught him quite a bit. So
Leggy, when you join the And Cheese Club, Crabcakes and I'll be there. We're handing out flyers, and we got an agenda for things to do later. Shuffleboard, maybe some Kid Chameleon later. Who knows? No, Cheese wasn't going to draft with you, Leggy.
Yeah, I'm looking for it. I want to draft at least once. I haven't had a chance to yet.
If you lose to Cheesinator and we see each other next week,
sounds
I'll
great.
draft with you. I'll draft with you.
Do my best.
Because if you win, I can't catch up to you.
That's fair. That's fair. Up next, we have Captain Nerd versus Cinema Bee.
Oh, okay.
That's a good match.
Both runners looking to find their feet, get their first win. That's going to be an exciting match to call.
Yeah, Cinema Bee almost came up from behind and took out Darkmoon last week, and Captain Nerd was here last year, and he's every time I watch one of his matches, he's getting better and better at routing, and throwing away some of those gambles that he was really trying to do to start with.
Yeah, and Cinema be another one of those. I think he was in the last Duck Derby for a few of the races early on. Also took a tough loss to Seeleaf in week 1, so that's going to be a pretty good matchup.
All right, we have Shadow Walker and Spellzap. Now, if you want to talk about hype races, this is going to be one to watch.
That is insane.
So there was a lot of talk about Spellzap catching a duck in week 1. Spellzap's going to earn that 3-0 if he's going to get it. So take it on one fine day, week 2, catching Shadow Walker here. I called it a lot last week with the races I was broadcasting, but Spellzap, Shadow Walker, that's a potential like Final 4 finals matchup right there.
And Spellzap pointing out in chat that I believe these two matched up in Swiss last year with Shadow Walker coming out on top, and Spellzap looking for that revenge.
That's going to be good.
Yeah, you will not want to miss this one. Up next, we have Cyrannus versus Deme.
Ooh,
that is old school versus new school. Cyrannus has been playing a lot with this game, and anytime that you challenge Cyrannus, he is taking his time, learning the flags and learning the most optimal route. And Demarine is she's been around for a really long time and knows this game so well and knows how to run this game.
Yes, Demarine, she calls herself the Swiss Army knife of randomizers, and for good reason. Like, you give her enough time, she'll cut her way through anything. And Cyrannus, I like Cyrannus' chances here, but Deme's super good. So, what's with these hype matchups, Leggy?
I mean, literally, that was the entirety of the commentary from last week as well. So, I don't think there are bad matchups in this pool. Anyway...
and before I get matched up with Crabcakes, that's a bad matchup.
Well, coming up next, we have Eachman Maya versus Demon Frog.
Ooh, Maya and Demon Frog. That's a fun matchup.
I'm super excited for this match. Maya's been around for a really long time. Demon Frog's been around for a while, and both of these runners coming off. Well, Demon Frog is currently one in Crabcakes. And Maya skipped one chest last week to make it so he got the loss. And I think that they're both going to be coming back, and this is going to be a really, really good match as well.
Yeah. Look, everybody in that 1-on-1 pool looking for redemptions from their one loss. So
also, Demon pointing out in chat that this is a rematch of his first ever race.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah. Gouda versus Zenobian.
Oh, Team Red Hat going at it here. Zenobian and I were partners during OSV, and we've been racing each other a lot. And it's going to be great. Hey, Zeno, I will definitely draft with you, buddy.
I like Zeno's chances in that good. I'm sorry.
Oh, I know.
Yeah,
he loves...
Zeno's super good.
I might have to... challenge him to some drinks beforehand.
Just play him late at night. You'll be all right.
Yeah, exactly.
You got to learn the metagame strats to play everybody.
All right. After that, we have the real Superpleb versus Asher.
Ooh, again, you got the Flagcrafter taking on Superpleb, one of the dark horses in the duck pool. I think Superpleb, one of the favorites for the next Duck Derby. Played a lot of Swiss practice as soon as the announcement went out, and so if there's somebody that knows the flags inside and out from the spreadsheets going against somebody that knows the flags inside and out from practice, that's gonna be a good one.
Yeah, a real theory versus practice matchup.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we have Lord Fizzlebeef versus Wab.
Ooh.
That is a really good matchup. They were both, I believe, 3-2 last year in the Swiss rounds, and they both had a really Lord Fizzlebeef made it to brackets, and Wab had a really good chance. Like, this is gonna be a great match.
Hey, Falconic, you and chat, you want to do comms with me on that one? We got Fizzle. Oh, I'm a little bummed that I didn't get Fizzle. I wanted to keep the steak and eggs, the ham and eggs, the cheese and eggs all going, but Fizzle and Wab, that's gonna be fun.
All right. Our next matchup is Wild Ham getting the week off. So all I'm gonna say is anyone who gets matched up with him next week is going to be in for a time because he's got 2 weeks to get ready for those air flags.
Yeah, Ham, like, played out of his mind. Like, I talked to him on the podcast last week. Super sweet guy, been around the community for about 2 years. Has deep history with the game, just like Nader, going back to his teenage years. He and some of his friends translated the game from English to French. So Wild Ham, I'm a little bummed he didn't get a matchup, but I'm sure he probably is too. Wild Ham, get a ping out there to Woat and do a showcase race. I'll totally do comms for you, bud. That's awesome.
Hey Caleb.
Yes.
How do you feel about Jay Cofer? What are your thoughts on him as a racer?
I met Jay Cofer at SG Live. He's a nice guy.
Yeah?
Will I get the opportunity to get to know him better? Oh, buddy. Jay Cofer, I'll be pinging you about coming on the podcast, man. Get to know you a little bit better. That's exciting. I don't know a whole lot about Jay Cofer with regard to Final Fantasy. I know he's big with Legend of Zelda. That's gonna be fun. I'm looking forward to getting to know Jay Cofer a little bit better.
I believe Jay Cofer was one of the originals to even get this randomizer off the ground, and you can see his name, I believe, in the credits.
Yeah. Names in the chat.
I mean, that's fantastic.
All right, we have Gulif versus Darkmoon.
Ooh, I'm gonna just do that for all the matchups. Like, I'm just gonna make that noise.
I had the pleasure of restreaming Guelph last week when he faced Sami, and he's getting better. And Darkmoon better stay on his A game if he wants to pull this one out, because Darkmoon has a tendency to gamble real hard, and when he doesn't gamble real hard, he tends to be a really good runner. But we'll see how this shakes out. Yeah,
I like Darkmoon's chances. Darkmoon wants to always talk about how he's forever a duck. I think that's lip service. Darkmoon's not a duck anymore. He's ready for the show. Guelph, I think. I'm not gonna be honest. I haven't seen a lot of Guelph's races, but that should be a fun race.
Yeah, and like anyone it was Guelph versus Sonic last week, right?
Yes.
Yeah, losing to Sonic is no stretch.
Yeah, Sony's real good. So yeah, that'll be a fun match to see for sure.
And then we have Kuragi Dog versus Kaosublu.
Ooh, a Duck Derby rematch. I'm just going to keep making that noise, Leggy.
Quack, quack, quack. That was, Kuragi Dog, our most recent Duckling Supreme. And Kaosublu has been around since, I believe, the first Duck Derby and then participated in the second. And she's getting really good at this game. And Kuragi Dog is no slouch, so this is going to be a good one.
I comped Cal's first match in week 1, and she took a tough loss. So, she bounced back last week with the win over Kyukitsuki. But Groggy Dog, my boy, I'm excited for that match. Groggy, gonna bounce back. I'm feeling it.
Yeah. Well, speaking of fun matchups to watch, we have Danny versus Elastoid.
Ooh.
That is a spicy match. Danny came out of last week with like a 1 hour and 31 minute time, which is just super fast on these flags.
Danny, another one of these runners that wants to act like they're not as good as they are. Danny, you're showing your hand every time you win, though. So Danny versus Elastoid, that's going to be good. I think Danny could easily pull the win out there. Elastoid also a strong run. I think they can go either way.
Yeah. And coming up next, we have Rumblefish versus Uriel Man.
Ooh. I like Rumblefish's chance. I know I raced him last year. I lost to him last year. He's one of these guys that comes kind of around just for the tournament. Very knowledgeable, plays super aggressive. Uriel Man, been paring down his times a lot over the past few weeks. So,
and Uriel Man's been playing some really good competition. I know he's been jumping in with like me and Thunder, and I think you a couple times, Caleb. And he's always asking questions. He's always learning. Like he's asking what routes people are taking, and so I mean he's quickly just devouring this randomizer and learning how to play it. So this is gonna be a good match.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun.
All right, Sami versus Brotster.
Ooh.
That's kind of an old school matchup too. Sani has been around the community for a really long time. Brotster back in the community this year. This is fantastic.
Yeah, I like that matchup, Leggy.
Yeah, no. I swear I am just pressing the randomization button. I don't know how it keeps doing all these great pairings, and yet
I think it's just because we have so many great runners. Like, you look at any of those numbers with a 2 next to their name, and you just kind of play make-believe in, like, a Sani Wrath versus Tarnit match. I would pay money for that. Gouda versus Brot, I'd pay to watch that. Like, there's so many great runners at 2-0. There's so many great runners 1-1. There's so many wonderful runners at 0-2. Like, I'm so hyped right now, Danny. Or I just called you Danny, Leggy.
I mean, 2-syllable names. We just talked about her. Yeah. I get it.
Yeah, I mix people's names up. I called Thunder Rumble and Rumble Thunder for like a whole 3-hour broadcast.
All right, that's a really Cheesinator with Danny Starscream.
Ooh, Rojo J-Lo.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a good one. Rojo grabbing his first win this past week. That's J-Lo coming in strong. Dude, that's a good match.
Yeah, but I feel like both of those runners are going to be pretty hungry for that win. Anyway, coming on up after that, we have Blacknight versus Avos Ruin.
Ooh. Blacknight played real well last week, and Avos also playing strong. Like, Avos kind of came out of nowhere, and Blacknight's been lurking around the Discord, doing a lot of the sprite stuff, the creative side. Has a lot of really neat, fun sprites that he uses for his enemies, and Avos coming in strong, helping out with broadcast crew a lot, been doing a lot of tracking for us, learning the game, picking it up. Like, Avos is going to be scary to one to watch out for.
And as Caleb pointed out, Avos has been doing a lot of tracking, a lot of broadcast stuff, and that is one of the best ways to learn this randomizer is to watch, track, and to kind of get a feel for how some of the really good runners make this game look easy. So that's just another reason to come and help volunteer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so we have sketchymetal versus Devio.
Ooh, okay. So 2 of the newer players coming in, strutting their stuff. Going to see who can pull out the win. I know Devio took the tough loss to Fizzle in week 1, and sketchymetal took the tough loss to Spellzap. So that one's, both of these runners are going to be fighting for that win.
And, as we said earlier, you really can't fault anyone for losing to Spellzap or Fizzlebeef. So, we'll see which runner... Will Bloodworth pointing out that it was not Spellzap, it was him.
Sketchymetal lost to Spellzap week 1 and then Will Bloodworth week 2. So Sketchy has not been matched up with anybody who is really of his same skill level to this point. And I don't think Devo XS has either. So this is going to be really good because we're finally getting to that point in Swiss where you get similar skill levels that are going to start racing each other. And from here on out, it's going to all be really close matchups, which is what's super hype about Swiss.
Yeah, the really nice thing about this is for the back half of this tournament, we are not going to really get any of the blowout races, at least on paper. Yeah, you can still totally orphan the wrong chest or whatever, but these are all going to be super, super close.
I'm just grateful that I'm not paired up against CC. So we get that blowout match out the way.
You and about 36 other racers. 35 other racers at this point.
All right, we have Paranoia versus Durun.
Oh, okay. Durun, another newer runner showing up. Just kind of out of the blue. Hadn't played the randomizer before. Gonna be Goody. You raced Durun week 1. You probably know a little bit more about Durun than I do.
Yeah, I know Durun is very, very, very new to the randomizer, and helped him set up, and I've told him that I'll give him any hints or tips that he wants. Can't talk right now. But I know Much Paranoia, I haven't seen them around much either, so this should be a really good match of two very new runners, and I think they both have a chance to finally get that big goose egg out from next to their name.
Oh, yeah. I've called, I think, both of Paranoia's races now, I think, and looks good. I mean, newer player looking to kind of diamond in the rough type deal. So that's going to be a good match. I'm excited to see both of those runners get the opportunity at their first win.
Yeah, we have Jazz Raptor versus Hypes, or Hypez.
Hypers Nova. Jazz Raptor.
Nova.
My heart broke yesterday watching Dangwoo beat Jazz Raptor. But Jazz Raptor played out of his mind. In my mind, Jazz Raptor deserves to be 2-0. Dangwoo should be 1-1. Love you, Dangwoo.
Yeah, I watched the end of that match, and it was so close. And Hypes had a really, really strong chance of taking down Leggy as well. So, I mean, both of these runners could be in the 2-0 bracket, and they just happen to be 1-1 and matched up with each other. So this is a very, very close matchup.
I'm excited for the Jazz Nova show.
Yeah.
Or the Hypes Raptor, whatever you want to call it.
I like the Jazz Nova. That's like an album title.
Yeah, it's like a little bit of a funk Queen album.
I was thinking more like you get electronic jazz going.
Okay. I was thinking because Queen had the Jazz album, but sure.
Oh, yeah. I see where you're going with this. Regardless, we have Ali Song versus Zyrak.
All right. Ali Song, I watched their first...
Sorry, you were saying
she's one of the I was saying Allie's one of the newer racers. I watched her week 1 race as I was doing commentary. Looked good, just kind of one of those things where you just got to polish the edges off and start fine-tuning routing, things like that. Zyrak, I don't know a whole lot about. I know he lost week 1 to Silverfire, but...
Yeah, Zyrak has had a really, really tough time with matchups. He got matched up against Silverfire, and then he got matched up... I even casted his last match, but he got matched up against another person who was very, very, very good runner.
Yeah, and...
I was against Salty Fry. He got Salty Fry round 2, so...
yeah,
he has not had a chance to really showcase what he's capable of, just due to the matchups.
Yeah.
Yeah, so for whatever reason, the system gave us our pair up and pair down back to back.
All right.
So to start it off, we have Canuck versus Russian Bishop.
All right.
Oh, so, that's poor Russian Bishop. I know he's new, so getting paired up against a vet like Canuck, that's rough luck.
Yeah. But that will protect him from being Russian Bishop won't be paired up again, and Canuck will not be paired down again. So Canuck better practice. You never know when how often these ducks are practicing.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And there's been a lot of offline practice that's been going on in these. I know usually there's a handful of us that are streaming almost daily or every other day, and all of a sudden it's radio silence. Nobody wants to know what the other person's going to do.
Yep.
All right. Ali Riprap versus Sledge Calamity in our other pair-up down. Okay.
Sledge, I would say a newer runner. He joined the community around the same time I did last year. He and I, we PM each other a lot, looking for pickup races, things like that. Good runner, strong routing decision. Ali Riprap from last spring tournament. That's going to be a good matchup.
Even though Ali is 0-2 right now, Ali Riprap has been around. He knows this randomizer, and he very easily could be 1-1 or 2-0 with the right matchup. So this is a very, very even match, even though it's a pair down match.
I'm pretty sure if we get the right comms crew together, that whole broadcast can be in French, though. I'm pretty sure both of those runners are native French speakers.
Dangwoo versus Sho Fukumachi.
Ooh. Rip Dangwoo. Just
If they draft, this could be a super, super fun race. Even if they don't draft, it's going to be a lot of fun. But I think if they draft, this would be just an amazing show.
If you want pro tips on beating Dangwoo, just PM me. I got you, bud. Love you, Dangwoo.
Chat says that's going to be a pile of corpses. No, most of those corpses will be exiled to the 4th dimension.
Or eating cake.
Yep, fell down a crack.
Just sit and voice chat with them, Show. That's all you got to do.
So, there's this one runner everyone keeps talking about, this Crabcakes. What do you know about her?
I know that she's the reigning spring tournament champion and one of the best runners that we have in the Final Fantasy Randomizer community. And she's 1-1 after taking a tough loss to Cheesinator.
And she is number 1 last I looked on SRL. So I mean,
No.
Spells App take over the spot
when they face the 1v1 in the What's All This Then race. Spells App take it over. Yep.
All right, so Ragnarok. I wish you the best of luck.
He called it. He called it in chat.
His shot for since the post game of CC and Cheese. Ragnarok, what do you want at your funeral, man? Crabcakes is gonna be coming out swinging, looking for revenge, and poor Ragnarok, the first warm body in the way. Ragnarok, PM Cheese, get some pro tips.
Alright. High Spirits versus Specty.
That's an awesome matchup.
Oh.
Wow.
That is amazing.
Wow.
High Spirit's been around for a long time. Specty was gone for a while, came back, and has just been racing out of his mind. He got a really, really tough matchup in week 1 against Thunder, and almost pulled it off with a really rough Topher. High Spirits trying to meme with Dang in round 1, and it just doesn't work because it's Dangwoo. And yeah, so these runners, this is gonna be a fantastic match as well.
Yeah, 1 in Dangwoo, 1 in Thunder, meeting up. That's a good matchup.
Yeah, we have Demon RHK versus Min the Mage.
Oh, that's a fun matchup. Min has played really well, was a part of the OSV team with me, Falconic, Shadow, and Inferno Bryn, and has just come up against brutal Tophers back-to-back weeks. Again, I feel like this is Min the Mage going to be coming out looking for vengeance, and Demon RHK, newer runner, watched him race last week against Rojo, did really good, and has been improving a lot, so that's going to be fun. I might have to do there's so many races I want to do commentary for.
Salty Fry versus Danderize.
Okay.
Oh,
Darren
had me last week, and now he's got Salty. So Darren, a really, really up-and-coming duck. He knows how to play this game. He knows how to run a whole lot of random parties. He drafted a black belt, white mage into me, of all things. So Darren's pretty good at this game, but Salty Fry, coming out of retirement recently, and I believe his first match out of retirement, he came in and just won a weekly race.
Yeah.
So this is a tough matchup for Darren Drice, even though he's an up-and-coming duck, but Salty Fry is a vet who knows what he's doing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a tough matchup for Darren, but Randomizer's going to randomize, and he could, you never know what's going to happen.
Yep. We have Life Reboot versus One Fine Day.
Oh, One Fine Day, been around for a long time. Stomped me last year out of my 1-0 in spring tournament. stomped a lot of people. His only loss this year to Spell Zap, and I believe it's a really, really close match. But Life Reboot is a Duck who's been up and coming as well. So I think Life Reboot has been coming on strong, and these flags tend to be fast. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, it's another one of these Ducks versus Vets matchups. Got to root for Life Reboot. I mean, one fine day, solid. For sure, probably going to end up in the brackets. So Life Reboot can play spoiler here and make OFD work for it.
Grigglypuff versus Burt Reynolds.
Yes!
Oh my Lanza.
This is so good. Grigglypuff, Master of the Black Belt. Burt Reynolds came on, what was it, about 4 months ago, and already has more time on SRL than a lot of people. Dude just plays the randomizer and loves it, and he is really, really good at this game. This is, oh wow, this is amazing.
Burt coming off a tough loss against Tarnin, going to be looking for revenge. Greg coming off a tough loss against Cyranus. Both of these runners, it's crazy to believe that one of those runners will be 1 and 2. I can't believe it.
Ganon's Gone Wild versus Seeleaf.
Ooh. Seeleaf been playing really well the past few weeks. Like her chances here. Ganon's Gone Wild, the sneaky 2-0. That's going to be interesting. I didn't get to see any of Ganon's races, but we'll see how that pans out.
Yeah, he's a newer runner. I got to watch part of his match last week, and he was a risky runner. He did a lot of moves that a lot of vets might cringe at, but it worked out really well for him last week. So we'll see if the gambling man, like, I know Ragnarok does a lot of gambling, but he might have some competition again. Has gone wild in the gambling department.
Mm-hmm.
And finally, last but not least, Falconic versus Lord of the Synth.
Ooh, another old school runner matchup. Lord of the Synth emotes.
And Lord of the Synth has not gotten a break in this tournament so far. And last week he had Markin, and this week he's got Falconic, and I don't remember who he had week 1.
Probably Leggy.
He did. So he went Leggy, Starscream, Markin, Falconic. Lord of the Synth has been running the gauntlet here of really good randomizer players. So this, he's 1-1. Falconic coming off his win versus on the Couch Bowl. So this should be a really good matchup.
Falconic coming off a bye, got his party fully rested. Going to see how that see if he's got his the Knight, Red Mage, and White Mage recovering from the injured reserve list as he drafted against Mo in their exhibition match and took the Black Belt Thief, Black Mage party. That's going to be a fun one. That's going to be good.
And with that, pairings should be live, so if anyone wants to start signing up for your matchups, it should be available for you to do so presently.
Awesome. That's exciting. I'm excited. Are you excited, Leggy?
I mean, I'm excited for everything except my race because Nader is definitely going to give me a run for everything I'm worth.
Well, when you join the 2 and Cheese Club, I'll let you. That's going to be a good match. Cheese is going to, I mean, he got the free win versus me, earned the victory on CC, and he's going to have to earn that 3-0. And it's up to you to stop him.
Well, again, this week is fire, next week is air, and that 5th week is a mystery.
But we're all looking for that 6-week Chaos run. Woo! Those Chaos flags. Let me tell you, I love those Chaos flags. They're so much fun.
Chaos flags so good. When I've been practicing, it's been mostly doing Chaos flags. But yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, and with that, I think we're done with our business here. Be sure to schedule your races. be sure to sign up for comms. Don't forget, if you're setting up for speed gaming, you need to fill out their forms as well as the main one. And best of luck to all of our racers this week.
Yeah, this week is gonna be fire.